shit. Wow, that's really my god. Let's redo that. There you go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the past months or so, I've been streaming to you all using a horribly deformed set. That is, a floating disembodied head in the shape of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, that form is a most debased and pitiful form I've ever seen. Why? Because it is very powerless and unable to accommodate the sheer amount of power that I hold for me. The ability to shoot out laser from my eyes, notwithstanding. But now, after some time, I finally succeeded in devising a way to reclaim some of my former glory and strength. It is still but a pale shadow of what I'm used to be capable of doing. However, it is at least far more noble than I've been before. Now, feast your eyes at my new form, which I will show now. Boom!
Ta-da! Hello, everybody. I am Artok, not actually a pontificate because I'm not a Catholic and not a member of the church. But I picked the name pontificate anyway because I think it's a very cool name. Anyway, here I am, pontificate Artok. Flashbang? I don't care. This is designed to make you blind anyway. Aha! But yes, surprise! I am Artok, and here is my flesh and body finally returned to me after a devilish scheme saw me robbed of my strength and my body and almost my mind. But finally, I managed to return to a corporeal form. Now, unfortunately, this form is very incomplete because I will show you in a bit. Done! It is missing the lower half, which is okay. Why? Because I don't need my lower half, I'm glued to my chair. So, this is a temporary setback at best. Now, we will move on to the next segment, but before that, I want to thank my mama, or well, the artist that made this, which is Nemuneko Studio. I will share their Twitter and their Etsy page after this, but I just want to say thank you so much, Nemuneko Studio, for making this new, well, for helping to make this new, well, no, they actually made it 100% made it, and I just gave them the ideas, made this cool new model for me. Thank you very much. All the best for you. Now, I want to discuss some things about this model. So, first off, if you see the facial feature, you may notice that it is quite similar to a certain man, and that is quite deliberate. I incorporate some features of Mahatma Gandhi, no, particularly the glasses and the facial form and the tan skin. Why? Because even though I don't particularly like my previous depiction of a floating Gandhi head, I do form some kind of attachment to it and want to see it return in some form in this new body of mine. And so, I paid tribute to them. Now, for the rest of the design, I took inspiration from multiple archetypes of mages throughout history. Well, not throughout history, throughout fiction. So, first off, the robe, purple robe. No, not purple. The gray robe, obviously, I took from Gandalf the Grey, which is my favorite, my well, my foremost inspiration for this form. Now for the staff right here, I took from Saruman the White, which is Gandalf's master, and this is a yeah. The board of characters are from Lord of the Rings. I will discuss this later. That Lord of the Rings is one of my most favorite media ever, but that's for later. For the rest, I took from a Warhammer character named Heinrich Kemmler. Now we listen to the other guy. Yes. So in essence, this is a bunch of different mages designs fused with the face of Mahatma Gandhi. If that sounds weird, then you don't know me. I am a bit of a weird person. So yeah, I think that's enough for this brief introduction. After this, let me show you where I live. So in essence, I will bring you to my crib. And we will go now. Hey, welcome to my crib. Now, unfortunately, this crib basically is only a bunch of trees and a roofless valley. Which is okay because I am the master of this whole valley. See, nothing living or dead go past through this forest and valley area without my consent. Because I am the supreme ruler of this land. See, when I came here, it's only a small native village. But after I came here, you know what the area turned into? It turns into a desolate wooden area. Now what happened to the village? You don't want to know. But rest assured, I took care of them nicely. But yes, this is my crib. Look at that, look at that. The moon shining over my head. It is very beautiful, isn't it? The mountains in the distance, the trees, the sounds of animals. Wait, no, all you can't, none of you can hear the animals and the chirping of crickets. The roll. Yes, you can hear that. It's a shame, but here it is, my crib. As I've mentioned, I am the master of this land, and I can do magic. But this I used to be able to do magic. Now, there's very few magic within this world of mine. Just same. But I am endeavoring to reclaim as much magic as possible for myself. Now, we will move on with the next episode. Now, I know I'm kind of moving quite rapidly through the introduction, but it's quite deliberate. Trust me, this is all according to plan and not because I kinda crammed this entire project in the last minute because of other obligations. Oh no, definitely not because of that. It's because I have some plans. Well, no, actually, I don't have. Okay, I admit I don't have any plans. I'm just talking without a script as we go on out here. Anyways, let's just go to hobby. Wait, nothing showing. Shit. Yep, look at that. Good. Hobby. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yes, now I realized that I never did a proper introduction for myself. So here it is. Hobby, likes, and dislikes. I like reading. Of course, obviously, as a magician and a sorcerer of unparalleled power, I would require a lot of reading in order to teach myself a lot of different spells, like raising the dead, or raising the nearly dead, or calling the living, so I can raise the dead. If you're not paying attention, I'm very clearly specializing in spells related to dead people. Now, next, we have video editing. I quite love By the way, welcome Pierre. I saw your debut before. It is a very good debut, and I wish you a lot of success. Now, I've reduced the song by half using my magical powers. There we go. Thank you. That's better. By magical power, I've reduced the ominous disembodied music I've had playing in this entire stream so far. Thank you, man. Yes, thank you too. Coming into this stream. Now, video editing. Back to video editing. I like that because it allows me to express myself. Now, I am a very, very poor artist in general. I have difficulties drawing stuff. I have difficulties imagining stuff. So, video editing is one way that I can express some creativity in my entire life because I am wholly incompetent at other forms of art, as obviously can be seen here, where the box is very clearly a simple text box that I made within 4 minutes. But yeah, video editing. I like all sorts of video editing. I like to make highlights. I like to make some meme videos maybe by using dubbing. Basically all sorts of videos. I'm still learning more and more tricks in video editing, which I'm quite happy to learn about because, as I said, it is very fun. Next up, we have playing games. Obviously, if I don't like playing games, I won't be here at all, won't I? There we go. Yes. So I like playing games. Now, you notice that I didn't specify what kind of games I like to play. Well, I will specify that, but I will do it after this segment. After this, watching streams. Obviously, as a VTuber or a PNG tuber, I like to watch a lot of streams, both for entertainment value and to enrich myself with more ways on how to entertain people. Now, what kind of streams do I watch? Not only gaming streams, but also other streams such as free talk and maybe some random YouTuber streams, stuff like that. Basically, if it streams, I watch. Now, I don't exclusively limit myself to VTubers. Oh no, I watch a lot of different streamers, from Flash YouTubers to Twitch streamers. I watch all kinds of streams. Basically, that's because I like them both as entertainment, as I've said, both as entertainment value and as a way to learn and improve myself. Now finally, my last hobby is writing. I like writing a lot, even though I'm not terribly good at the stuff. But because, well, it's the other way for me to express myself, creativity. I've said before that I don't have a particularly good imagination, but that doesn't really mean that I don't have any imagination. So what imaginations I do have, I pour into my writings, which I will never ever reveal to anyone. Why? Because they're cringy as fuck. They're very cringe, and they are strictly intended for private consumption only. Yeah. But yeah, I like writing. It's mostly about Chunibyo shit. If you don't know Chunibyo, well, I think delusional is the right word to express the word in English, because I don't know the exact equivalent to a Chunibyo in English, so we just stick to delusional, or Indonesian, halu. Sorry, having some hydration time. That's better. Right, so next up we have likes. Now I like books, obviously, because I need book to gain my magical power and to get them back now that I lost the vast majority of them. I like pizzas and burgers, because who doesn't like pizzas and burgers in this day and age, alright? Even a sent to his old sorcerer needs to eat, okay? And the local people here, or at least what's left of them, does made some killer pizzas and burgers. And I like to order them every other day, but not too often because I don't have any money. Now, as for their taste, well, I prefer them plain. Plain with no sauce, no, well, not no topping, but minimal toppings and no vegetables whatsoever. As you may see, this kind of foreshadows my dislikes. Well, not foreshadow, it's basically right there. But yeah, I don't like any add-ons in my pizzas and burgers. I like them plain. Plain, simple burgers. Next up, I like games. Duh. Don't need to be explained any further. Let's move on to Sleepy. Now, this isn't purely to the fact that I like sleeping, but I do have a particular condition. Well, it's narcolepsy that causes me to sleep a lot often, a lot more than other people my age. Now, I am no spring chicken among wizards, but even wizards of my age doesn't sleep as much as I am. I tend to sleep for an extended amount of time, and if not, I sleep multiple times in a single day, and I tend to feel very, very tired. Now, this tiredness is the majority reason why I like sleeping, because it is admittedly very enjoyable, but when it interferes with my activities, it becomes not so enjoyable at all. Next up, I like magic. That's right, I like magic because as a magician, a wizard, a sorcerer, why won't I like magic? Magic is very cool. Magic is very fun to use. Now, unfortunately, I can't display any overt or flashy display of magic other than disembodied noises and some very harmless pranks. But I'm sure that in time I will be able to get more magic and become as powerful as I'm used to. Now, if I have drilled this 5 times already to the length of this stream, I'm not sorry. That's because that is my motivation. Okay, disclaimer. I'm not a native English person, so you may hear my accent bleeding every now and then. And I'm not sorry for that either, because that's who I am. Right, so next up we have living animals. But wait, Artok, you say. If you're a magician specializing in dead magic, not a necromancer, why do you like living animals? Well, that's because I don't like killing animals in general. Animals are wonderful creatures, so I don't like killing them. I rather see them run wild without intervention from myself. Hell, I even leave some foods for creatures whenever they come near my cave, so that they will enjoy themselves. That's how much I love animals. They're very enjoyable. They're very cute beings, and I don't like to see them as the shambling dead. Yeah, because those are just pitiful. Have you seen the state of shambling dead? They're very, very sad. So I don't want to see that being experienced by animals. Anyways, moving on, I like operas. You may find it a bit surprising considering I live far, far away from any kind of operas, but I do have the capability to scan vast range of distances to see things. No, I cannot see through walls or shit, something like all this stuff like that, but I can peek through a window and see opera performances. Yes, now as for the particular operas that I like, Don Giovanni of Mozart probably takes the cake. Why? Because, well, if you've seen the ending, you will know why I like that particular opera well above every other opera. Don't spoil anything, you should experience it yourself. It is very, 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 very wonderful. Alright, lastly, I like dinosaurs! Why do I like dinosaurs, you ask? Well, dinosaurs are just cool, man. They're one of some of the coolest animals to ever live in this world. Why don't I find them cool? Now, unfortunately, I cannot revive dinosaurs, even at the height of my power, because, well, I can't revive things to raw rocks, of course, but I still find them fascinating. Imagine army of dinosaurs under my back and claw. Wouldn't that be very cool? That'd be very cool, right? Say that very cool. It's very cool? Alright, thank you very much. But yeah, I would like to see a dinosaur someday, not now, not today, not tomorrow, not the next day, not next week, but someday while I'm still around, because that would be appreciated. Now, as an extension to this, I consume a lot of dinosaur-themed medias, documentaries, 2 movies, 2 books. Hell, I still have an entire stack of dinosaur books stashed in my cave, which I think I need to get rid of some of them because it's getting really crampy here. Okay, I need to do some house cleaning. I haven't done any house cleaning for like the last 50 or 60 years. I forgot how long exactly, but I need to do it. Anyways, let's move on to dislikes. Dislikes wise, I hate vegetables. I hate them. Why I hate vegetables? Well, they're just very crunchy and not very meaty. I enjoy meat a lot. Okay, my major diet in life are dairy products and meat. Vegetables aren't meat. That's not to say I don't eat vegetables. Oh no, I force myself to eat them, and I actually kind of mellow to a couple of vegetables, such as carrot, potato, and very surprisingly, spinach. Spinach. Oh god, I just realized I don't really know how to pronounce spinach correctly. Holy shit. Yeah, but yeah, those 3 are some of my most favorite of all vegetables, which is not a very high bar because I loathe all of them. So those 3 are love, as in barely tolerated in my heart. Next up, we have pitchforks and torches. Now you might see why I hate this. As someone that deals a lot with the dead, I hate these kinds of things. Now, throughout my long life, I've been wounded and chased by these things, courtesy of angry villagers, a lot. So, I would prefer not having any of these within a 10-mile radius of me. Yes, you heard that right. 10-mile radius. Why 10-mile radius? Because that's the maximum that I can sense the presence of pitchfork and torches. I've made sure that nothing in this forest in that specific distance have either of those. If there is any, well, if anyone tries bringing them for one into this radius, well, let's just say they won't meet a very friendly death. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't hate those. I hate those. Next up, I hate insects. Now, this is a bit of a gross generalization because there are some insects that I don't hate. In fact, I quite enjoy their presence. However, most of them are quite disgusting to me. The few bugs that I do enjoy include bees, because bees are very cute, stings aside, and beetles. Beetles doesn't disturb me a lot. Well, when they bite, it's definitely obviously painful, but since they're very docile, I enjoy being around them times. Next up, for insects that I do enjoy the presence of, ants. Why ants? Because they're very good, very useful in my life. See, I'm not exactly the tidiest person when eating. But these ants, they get rid of all my waste by carrying them out of my cave, which I quite enjoy. I believe we have made some sort of symbiotic relationship between two of us. So that's why I enjoy them. As for the rest, fuck 'em and burn them. Yeah, I don't like other kinds of insects at all. Even bees, I don't really enjoy them because I'm very nervous whenever they're nearby. You don't know what can provoke them. They might just suddenly buzz you out of nowhere. Hell, I have to torch an entire nest last summer because I accidentally angers them. Not something I enjoy, but it had to be done for my own safety. Now, at the top of the dislike list in the insect world is caterpillar. Oh boy, those things are hell. You don't know what it feels to be in pain until you accidentally got dropped by a caterpillar with a lot of furs while you're in the bathroom. Oh boy, that's some horrific experience. I will never forget that. That's why I tend to exterminate caterpillars whenever I can. Next up, the most infamous in this list, I hate math. Yes. Now, I'm not particularly good at mathematics. It kind of disgusts me. It horrifies me that people actually like this travesty of physics. Well, no, mathematics not physics. It's something else. But yeah, I hate mathematics, and I can't get why people like them. But you know, I still respect them if they enjoy math. But I don't, and I tend to avoid mathematics whenever possible. And I simply unable to do any kind of spells that involve mathematics. Simple mathematics, basic mathematics like multiplications are fine, but when it comes to the realm of more abstract mathematics, well, go find some other wizards, okay? That's not my forte. Alright, there we go. We're finished with the hobby, likes, and dislikes section. Now we can move on to the next, which is my favorite show. And let's go. Ta-da! My favorite shows and medias. Now, obviously, I like the Talking Legendarium a lot, and that's why my design here is very much inspired by them. Now, Tolkien was, well, particularly the Lord of the Rings was my very first exposure to media while I was very little. How a centuries-old sorcerer got exposed to Tolkien as a toddler when Tolkien lived in the 20th century. Well, all I can answer is magic is whack, man. Don't try to think hard about it, okay? But yeah, I was exposed to Lord of the Rings when I was a kid, and so I've liked it ever since. I've even read all of the expanded media such as Unfinished Tales, Silmarillion, The Nature of Middle-earth, The Book of Lost Tales. Those kind of stuff I've read until the very end. Now next up we have Star Wars. Yep, I like Star Wars a lot. Now I won't say my exact opinion on some of the medias, but Star Wars was one of my very first movies, and I'm very glad I got introduced to it. Next up, we have Warhammer 40,000. Now this one is a bit of a late thing. I was introduced on it just a couple of years ago, but it already stuck to me as a very enjoyable piece of media. Next up, we have One Piece, which is my very first manga ever. Very first manga ever. Actually, that's a distinction that they share with Bleach. Now, both of these are my first exposure to Japanese medias. I like both of them because they are very colorful, and I like them. I like them so much that I can recite a large chunk of the techniques, the fruits, or the catchphrase of characters within these medias. Yes, that actually includes Warhammer, Star Wars, and Tolkien Legendarium. Thank you, memes such as Prickle memes that allows me to do such a very, very useless thing. Now, the next thing in this list is kinda, sorta, well, very kinda obscure outside of certain circles, but that's why I like it. It is this world. This world. Now, it is like the Tolkien Legendarium, a British-made series. Now, the humor in this world, now, it's kind of hard for a non-native to say that. In this world, the humor is kind of meta humor like, and I'm a sucker for meta humor, but if done in a clever way, which Sir Terry Pratchett, may he rest in peace, did in spades and with a massive degree of what's the word again? God damn, I forgot. A massive degree of capabilities, whatever. Yeah, basically he did it incredibly smoothly enough that you never get tired of his brand of humor because he always find a new way to apply it on different scenarios, but in different ways that doesn't make you feel bored or oversaturated with jokes. I recommend this world for those who haven't or didn't see this world. It's very worth it. Next up, Star Trek. Now you may notice this list is dominated by sci-fi series. Yes, and that's because I am a massive sci-fi nerd. And I like practically every, well, not every because that's impossible. Most major sci-fi media in existence. And that's including stuff that's not on this list like Dune. I also like Dune, even though I'm not too familiar with Dune, but I like it nonetheless. But yeah, Star Trek, every series, watch them all. I watch every movies, even the bad ones. If you're not in Star Trek, go watch some of those shit. It's very good and it's very definitive of sci-fi as we know it now. Next up, Warhammer Fantasy. Unsurprising considering I only mentioned Warhammer 40,000. It is another enjoyable media, shame it ended. Moving on, Gintama. Now, Gintama is, well, it is a comedic series, and the kind of humor that Gintama espouts is very appealing to me. In that they're kind of random, but not random, not lol random, but it's random in the smart way because Hideaki Sorachi always inserts some clever in jokes, things like that within the joke, so that you laugh at both the joke and the context and the reference behind it, which is very ingenious to me. And he is one of the major mangaka that I don't know why I'm leading it. Basically, his brand of jokes is one of my inspiration, and I kind of want to emulate him, but at the same time, maintain my distinct style. Yeah, basically stuff like that. Now, next up we have Godzilla. Godzilla, I like all of it. All Godzilla movies, I like it. Well, no, not all movies. There are certain movies that I don't like. But overall, the franchise is very loved for me. Next, we have Yatarobo. Yatarobo is an old anime, kind of forgotten these days, which is a shame. But it holds special place in my heart. I'm actually a kind of a newcomer in the Getter franchise because I only know Getter for like 2-3 years, not a long time at all. So yeah, I'm kind of a new fan, but it already shot up to the top of my list because it's just so fucking cool. is so cool and awesome. Like, how can you not like Gather, man? It even inspired the much more famous Lagan. Yes, Gather is basically the prototype of Lagan, and they both share the same tone. Anyway, we're out of time. Yeah, there's only about like 20 minutes left, so I'm gonna speed through the list. I'm talking too much here. So, not so favorite but still love, which basically means they're not at the top of my favorite list, but I still watch them every now and then. Doctor Who, Battletech, Naruto, Fullmetal Alchemist, Evangelion, Shin Mazinger, most of these are animes and Japanese medias. Now, Ultraman was a hard sell to put down here, but I realized that I haven't actually watched an Ultraman series in like 20 years. I definitely didn't know anything after Ultimate Cosmos, so yeah, so it has to be put down there. Okay, so I guess we're done with that. We are now moving on to favorite games. And let's go! Hello! Favorite games. Mostly strategy games. Unsurprising considering I already advertised myself as a strategy specializing YouTuber or VTuber. And Genshin Impact, of course, is one of my favorite, even though I haven't played it in a long time. Team Fortress 2, yep, one of my favorite game, one of the most favorite game at all of all time for me. And Vermintide 2, yeah, these are the outliers. Vermintide, TF2, Starship Troopers, Skyrim, and a lot of things online. Fallout, those aren't strategy games, but they're still enjoyable to me. I'm actually kinda what's the word again? Flexible when it comes to my preference. If it's fun to I'm not very picky when it comes to games, alright? I play games that I enjoy if it's it's not I'm talking in circles here. Basically I'm not very picky when it comes to games. RTS is just my favorite of them all when it comes to genre. Now I have them listed here. Wartime, RPG, multiplayer co-op, real-time strategy. I'm aware the second category is very, very wide and narrow. So a lot of games are technically in here that I actually do not like, but it is what it is. Multiplayer co-op, basically things like Vermintide 2, Darktide, Left 4 Dead 2 are some of my most favorite games of all. That's because I enjoy playing co-op, not PvP. I actually very much suck at PvP, so I prefer co-op to play with people against AI. That's also why I like to play Man vs Machine in Team Fortress 2, because it pits humans against machine, which I very much prefer over trying to outsmart another human. Now, let me tell you a secret. I'm not very smart. Even though I have unparalleled magic capabilities, I'm not actually a very smart person, okay? So, I much prefer outsmarting dumb shit computers rather than outsmarting humans, okay? Because they'll outsmart me in turn and I'll get humiliated. But yeah, they are my favorite games. Now, if you know now, I don't include gachas in here, even though I'm actually a big gacha player for years now. I'm not a whale, I'm not a dolphin even. I'm actually free to play player for the most part because I don't have any money to pay for gachas, okay? But yeah, I've been a free to play player for a very long time now. But I don't include them here. Why? Well, they're not exactly my favorite per se. I just enjoy them, but when it comes to favorite, it's dominated these games. Now, Lotro is another interesting case because of all the games listed here, it is an MMORPG, which is a bit of an anomaly. But when you know that Lotro is an abbreviation for Lord of the Rings Online, then you'll understand why I enjoy playing it. Now, not so coincidentally, these are the games that I plan to stream or half stream in the case of couple games in the future because I enjoy them. Now, I'm not really looking for popular games. I'm just looking to stream games that I love because I do this for fun. Because guarding this forest of mine is boring as shit and I need some kind of activities. I don't even mind if, well, I should say that. But yeah, these are the games I like to play, and you can expect one of these, one or well, yeah, you can always expect one of these to pop up in my stream in the future. Look forward to it. Thank you very much. Now, this leads us to final part of this stream. Yeah, and we actually have 15 minutes left, but there's not much that I want to talk about anyway here. So let's get to it. Dun dun dun. What to expect from me? Yeah, now I realized that my niche is probably already carved, but this is just some extras that I want to say regarding content. Now, I only list gaming streams, obviously, because I am a gaming focused VTuber, but I am also looking to expand into other streams. Lore vids, experimental vids, short highlights, and Starship to Food exclamation guide videos. Now, I have decided a while ago that I will plunge deep into the Starship Troopers guide stuff because I legitimately enjoys the game a lot. It is wow, yeah, I can't describe my joy of playing that game. So I decided that hey, maybe I should start making videos about it because it is very fun to get footages from it. And I have a ton of footages because I record most of my plays at any given time, so why not use them, right? And so the idea to make guide videos are born. I already posted one of them, which is the Bastion guide, and I plan to make more of them in the future. Yeah. So look forward to it, please. That will be very appreciated. Now, short highlights. This is basically cut gameplay from my stream or from my off-stream hour with playing with friends. They can be from anything, from any kind of games, and I will try to theme them accordingly. Now, you may ask, isn't it very tiresome juggling between streams and your real-life responsibilities and making videos? Well, yeah, it's very exhausting, but it's also very fun. It's a way for me to weaponize my hobby of video editing to have something productive, because I have a lot of waste, and why not try to change that waste into something useful, right? So yeah, short highlights. I will put some humor with it. It's not just raw clips, of course. I will highlight it and edit it as best as I can. It's not much because I'm kind of a poor editor, but I'm still learning, and the journey is what matters, right? Now we go to experimental vids. Experimental in this case means random shit, basically random shit that I want to try out, which are probably not necessarily good ideas, or yeah, not good ideas in general, but I want to do some things that are usually not within my forte, and I might publish it for feedback and because I want to. Whether they get views or not is irrelevant to me. I just want to do shit, not random shit, but thought out stuff that I want to do, but I'm not sure the quality of. Need people to judge that. Next up we have, oh boy, yeah, sorry for the many drinking sessions here, lads, ladies and gentlemen. It's very hot in this, okay? The forest has been very hot lately, and I'm not a weather wizard, so I can't do anything about it, okay? Now, gaming stream, course, that's obvious. I will do a lot gaming stream. Maybe not that frequently. Maybe like something like 2 to 3 days every week. But if I can, I will try to pursue higher frequencies than this. But yeah, gaming streams basically just the things I've already done. Be it the same repertoire. Maybe I will try different games later on. You don't know. I have a lot of games, but I don't know their viability in terms of being streamed. So I have to deliberate on adding new materials to stream. Lastly, we have lore vids. Now lore vids are, well, they're lore vids. They're stuff that talks about the game. Now lore, I'm not going to talk about lore of medias that I like to watch. No, that's overdone. No, but I would like to talk about the lores of the games that I play. Now that doesn't have a lot of people that covers them, and so that makes it quite appealing for me to do. Now, the specific lore feeds I'm looking for are basically from real-time strategy games that I play. Maybe not for stuff like Age of Empires, but stuff like Sins of the Solar Empire is definitely appealing to make a lore vid of, because there's very minimal amount of coverage, which makes it interesting for me to do. Now, the other kind of lore vid is regarding my role-playing sessions in games like Stellaris, because I like world building. I like to do world building, okay? And Stellaris just gives me the perfect platform to world build for myself without, what's the name? Without getting too deep into it. Well, there's utter nonsense and rubbish from my end, but that's basically it. But yeah, lore fit. So what I want to try to do is maybe make fictional newsreel or speeches or stuff like that in order to flesh out my Stellaris sessions and give life to my empire, because that is just an enjoyable thing to do in general. Again, it's another way for me to express some amount of creativity, knowing that I am a very creatively challenged person and it's difficult to me to make all sorts of growing or creative stuff. Yeah. Right. And I think that is all for me and for this model reveal in general. You already know my capabilities, you already know my name, you know snippets of my background, you know what I like, you know what I'm aiming for, and you know what kind of content I'm striving to do in the future. And we're already approaching the 1 hour mark, so I feel it is wise for me to end this now. Thank you so much for all of you that bothers come by to my stream. I am Pontificate Artok, Master of the Woods, Shadow, Keeper of the Shadows, Squatter in the Cave, Massive Nerd, and over failure of a human being, or in this case, almost human being. Signing off right now. Thank you very much, and I will see you later in the next stream. Bye bye.